Thank you to those out there waiting. We're only a few minutes away from the start. So Formula 2 tonight, and we'll be with you in just a second. And thank you again, everyone that is in waiting for the F2 to start. We're only we're about a minute away, 30 seconds away. But this is going to be very interesting tonight. Stand by for that. If you're unsure of what's going to happen tonight, it's one-shot qualifying, and then we've got the 2 races after that. Should all be wrapped up in about 1 hour. Session starts in 25 seconds. Get ready, everyone. Welcome along, everyone. My name's Josh from Demo and Garage. This is the FNL1 eSports Formula 2 Championship, round number 1 here at Hungary. And it should be a tasty race indeed. One-shot qualifying, as I've said, and then we on to the 2 races tonight. And as a special treat, I've got Zen Razo from the F1 League with me tonight. How you going, buddy?
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. We're a little bit unsure how things are going to play out here tonight because I haven't seen any of the new guys race yet.
I can't say I have either. There's 1 or 2 there that I am familiar with, but yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I think it should be quite interesting. So Yeah, just to refresh everyone's memory with the format, the first race is the first race the feature race or the sprint race?
The first race is the feature
It
race,
is the
which is a
feature
little
race.
bit, a little bit strange the way they do it, but it is the longer of the two races with the mandatory stop.
All right. Well, it looks like we're on board with Epic at the moment, and he looks to be one of the ones out there. So he's a little black. Being one shot, it looks a little different to what you're used to. But we'll try and let you know what everyone else is doing out there. So Little Black at the moment, he's coming up through Sector 1, and it's looking fairly decent. Looks like Hawks is out on top. And he's putting his laps in. It does it a funny way, doing this one lap, but they look like they're ghosted.
Yeah, well, they're all individually on the track by themselves, even though it's all happening at the same time. Little Black there, that start probably wasn't the best, but he's crept up now. Yeah.
Little Black, Epic, and Hawks are all jostling for that first spot. As BP's actually gone quickest. BP always brings it out of nowhere. He's a bit of a downforce fan, so I don't know if he's been able to set up the car that way. As we're watching BP in the Russian time.
Epic looking all right, but BP's come back a bit now.
Yeah, BP's back up on top, and he's just coming through the final sector now, the last few corners. Up past the pit entries, BP. Looks like Little Black might get this. Epic's in second. You can see just how tight they are. Little Black in front, still out in front. It's going to be Little Black on top. Epic gets second.
Oh.
It's BP in third.
Super close.
That felt terrible.
Very close.
I almost fucking lost it coming off of the straight.
I got 12.
There we go. Someone lost it coming up the straight. Didn't really know what that
First
was.
lap of the night, so that was.
But there you go. Little Black, Epic, BP,
Nice,
Bots,
nice.
Hawks, Kiwi, Marshall, Lukey, AD
Nice.
Saints, Denos,
Don't know
Angry,
how.
Banana, and Mike
What happened to Mike?
got disqualified.
He qualified.
Yep, that looks
Turning
like
point.
Mike got
Looks
pinged.
like his
I think he
fast
went
left hander.
wide, and
Yeah, the boys.
he did
Oh,
on
you got a
strict,
lot of work to
so
do.
pretty tough. It could be potentially turn
Alright.
4. Very renowned for going
I got
wide there,
fucking-
and very easy to get pinged. Very easy to get pinged.
Every
on turn
time.
Fucking lot. Fuck, don't do mine.
Formation lap coming up.
Fucking.
And everyone
Well,
was
maybe
obviously
Mark
on the
is
super
talking to
soft
him.
tyre for that one.
That's good.
Here we go. Hungary formation lap. Feature race number 1. Mandatory pit stop in this one before the second race, which is a sprint race. Obviously, no pit stop in that. And it's reverse grid for the first 8. So the first 8 will swap 8th to 1st and so on down the order like that. So it's going to make for a very interesting second race as well.
Most definitely, and not to forget that Little Black has just scored the first points for the F2s with that pole position. He gets 4 points.
Oh, really? You get extra points for the pole?
They get 4 points for pole in that session, and now the feature race offers the most points, and then the reverse grid will put him into the sprint race for, I think, a little bit less. The points are just a little bit less, and they only go to 8th and not to 10th in the sprint race too.
Yes, that's right. Jordan Gaming, welcome. He's on YouTube. Says, "Hi guys, I hope my teammate does well." Who's your teammate? Marjor?
That's Major Dan. Major Dan.
Oh,
yes.
Major Dan. Sorry, yeah.
Yes, I think it's Hawks. No, not Hawks. Who could it be? Epic. Epic is his teammate.
Well, let's see what Epic can do. He's starting second. Formation lap gets done and dusted. Well, they're getting it down underway. And Little Black will lead them through.
Start.
Critical with these formation laps is to actually do a good burnout off the line to put some rubber on your grid box.
Banana and who else? Denos. They're stuck on the grid.
Yeah, they probably touched each other, and
right.
the game would have reset them back to the grid. There's no damage. The game won't carry any damage in that sense, but you don't put rubber on your grid and you don't warm up your tyres, so you want to try and avoid doing that.
Yeah, that's going to be a touchy start for those two, I think. Anyway.
Definitely. And then the other thing is you don't really want to spread the field out as the little black here. He wouldn't want to really spread the field out too much because he doesn't want to wait on that grid for too long for the grid to set. Now the game does force the AI to take over. It'll probably take over somewhere around the second last corner, just after in the short shoot on the pit entry, and then the AI will form the grid for everyone. But until then, you won't want to go too fast.
No, Mike's been left in the dust at the back. But yeah, Little Black, the rest of them are all sort of concertinaing out as we get to the...
Someone gone wide already.
Oh yeah, there we go. Wonder if we're going to see rain.
Me and Dano stuck on the
Maybe a little
I
bit.
know why.
Maybe a little bit of a spit. This is a teaser for tomorrow's F1 race as well. It's tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern. Majors said Kiwis his teammates. There you go.
Oh, Kiwi's his teammate, of course.
Reese Morgan is now following us. Thank you very much, Reese. Follows us just before the formation lap gets done and dusted. And Prince is here. Hello, Prince. And Arcana. I hope Hawks does well. So do I. Let's see what Hawks can do. He's proved himself in F1. All right, the last of the cars on the spot. That's all 13. We're now waiting for those lights. Watch them. Green flag. 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's extinguished and we're underway. Oh, looks like that was Banana Hammock. He's stuck on the grid. A very slow start from him and he's going to be left out in the dust, but it's epic with Little Black and Bots up into third, and they're going to be neck and neck up into the first turn, and that's Bots, I think, chucking it down inside of Little Black, and he's just gotten around. A little bit of contact there, though. But,
Hawks nicely into third there.
yes, but a very dramatic F2 start is just like the real thing. Just like the real thing. But that was pretty good for a bunch of guys that actually, half of them haven't really raced together before.
Yeah, definitely. There was definitely a desire to get first place there into turn one, but it didn't look that chaotic as I've seen in some of our F1s.
No, it was pretty decent. Denos is up 3 spots as Hawks gets a move on BP there just before the chicane, and Epic is now leading this race. Thank you for the like there. Sorry I can't read your name. It's in the foreign writing, but thank you very much. As lap 1 gets underway and it's Epic in the front. Little Black's lost a spot. BP down in third. He hasn't lost anything at the moment, but it's Hawks all the way down. The Denos have gained spots since the start, and it was Bots, I think, who lost out. He's lost 5 spots since the start of this one.
Bots was in a bit of trouble. He went wide, and he's now recirculating, but he's under pressure from the big pack at the back there.
Yeah, we can see Denos and Air Marshal. They've got a little battle going on. Little group of 3, including AB Saints, as he just sticks it up through the last corner, and he gets another position.
BP is pitted. He must have had damage of some kind.
Well, there we go. BP's in the pits, and that's going to lose him a few spots. So right on board with Marshall. Oh, Saints has absolutely missed the apex completely. And as we're on board, that was a bit of a collision there with Marshall, and I think Mike might have been involved. Yes, I think Mike was, as he gets a bit of a slide on as he puts the pedal to the metal. So we've got Marshall and Banana, I think, having a bit of a coming together. And there's BP for the Russian time car. He's well down the back of the grid with the pit stop done and dusted.
Hawksy now making a move, trying to get around fellow F1 driver Kiwi, and he's got Lukey pretty close behind as well.
Yeah, let's have a look at this battle on board with Lukey. You can see Hawks isn't too far away from Kiwi. These guys have all raced together. Lukey's a new one, but he's doing well to keep up with them. We know these guys are quick.
Yeah, Lukey doing very well, staying within the DRS zone. Another lap before that becomes active, but that's where he wants to be.
Yeah, he's just within it, 0.7 seconds at the moment, so if he can keep that gap, he should be good. Hawks is doing a fine job as well. Pressuring Kiwi, I wonder if he can put him into a mistake here. No, he can't. Oh, Hawks. Hawks got a bit of opposite lock out of the exit there. Had to put a lot of opposite lock on.
Yeah, I think the F2 cars are definitely a lot looser than the F1 cars. I mean, just the aero and the amount of rubber that's touching the road makes them a lot more skittish. I think Hawks is figuring that out a little bit the hard way there.
He is. Lukey ducks it down the inside. It could be a little bit of a late move, but gets away with no contact. And Lukey now is side by side with Hawks. He's just out in front as they come into the left-hander. Hawks does the switch over. It's again the switch over. Lukey back underneath the over-under. And look at this battle happening out on track. Lukey gets pushed wide slightly, but that should stick for Lukey up into 4th spot, getting in front of Hawks there.
Super impressive from Luke.
He's up 4 spots since the start as well, so not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. F2's putting on a great show early on.
I can tell you Hawks is not an easy guy to pass, and this track is not easy to pass. Combine those two, that was a super move there.
We've got a yellow in sector 2. Wonder who that might be.
Looks like Banana Hammock.
Banana Hammock. Yep, Banana Hammock just recovering from probably a spin on his own now, unfortunately. So that's going to push him further down the field. BP's up into 11th as he regains from the pit stop. There's Air Marshal not too far behind in front of him. Angry down in 9th. He's up 2 spots from where he started. There's AB Saints. He's just within DRS range of Denos. They've got quite a big gap now between them and Bob.
Little Black has a run. Little Black has a run down the main straight now on Epic. This could be a move. He's got DRS.
Look at this in the
Around
lead.
the outside.
He is going on the outside. Epic just clinches that from him, but Little Black tried to go the long way. This guy's quick.
That move can be done. It's not easy, but it can be done on the outside of turn 1. But it cannot be done on the outside of turn 2 here. It's almost impossible.
Oh, Lukey's had a spin. I think Lukey's lost some front wing there. I think Saints actually unintentionally hit him as he was trying to recover. So Lukey's had a bit of a spin from 4th. So Lukey's going to have to probably come in this lap. He's down into 8th position behind AB Saints. So some very unforced error there for Lukey. I guess the pressure got to him slightly there, trying to race with the big boys. But those nerves will probably settle down as we get longer and longer into this series. Prince of Underground, and we get a crash. We get a little crash, Prince. We did get a little crash. I'm sure there'll be another one for you in the sprint race, next race. So don't go anywhere. Still got another race after this, everyone. And it's, Little Black. Little Black, he's just collected that.
Oh, that's going to hurt him too. He was out of the DRS zone, and then he caught back up in that last sector a lot, and then he had that moment. It's put him, 2 seconds behind now, or 1.6. It's fluctuating a bit down the straight, but he's out of that crucial DRS zone. Can he claw it back now in this next lap?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work for him.
Bot's now in the DRS of Hawks, though.
Yeah, Spots isn't too far away. The gap sitting just outside it, actually, a second. But then he clings it back in. He just needs to get it through the detection zone under a second. And he'll have it.
We've got Saints making a move now on Danos. They are really close.
Here we go. Let's have a look at these two. Watching Danos and AB Saints fight for position. This is for 6th and 7th. It's right on board with Saints. Let's see if he can't get one done. Runs a little wide through there, but shouldn't affect him too badly. Into this very treacherous left-hand turn. It's almost blind on the entry. Prince of Underground says these guys can race so clean though. As that happens,
oh, he's pushed him wide there.
He did. And
Hopefully,
somebody
he
lost.
didn't get a pin.
Somebody lost something. I saw some carbon fibre go flying.
Yes, AB Saints. He has a damage on the outside end plate.
And Angry and BP, they're actually hustling for position 2. It's,
Saints is going to have to pit.
Yeah, Saints will have to come in on lap 5. It's a little bit earlier than I think he wanted. BP making a move now on Angry, and he gets it done. Up the inside. The switchback not going to work. And Angry now takes 9th place, while BP moves his way up after he's recovering after that early pit stop and that damage he took early on.
Yeah, it's forced him to go on the soft tyre, and let's see if that tyre can last. He's still got a solid 13 laps to go on that tyre. 5 laps old now. It'll be interesting. BP's pretty good on his tyres, and if he has got his traditional high downforce setup, it might work in his favour.
Possibly will. AB Saints isn't too far off Danos here. As we go to 7th, looked at 7th and 6th. Coming into that bending left-hander, but you know that's where we've seen Max take a wide line, but it doesn't seem to work in the dry.
Yeah, definitely.
Lukey's down in 13th. He's after his pit stop. He's going to stay 13th, I think. And there's a yellow in sector 1. Hopefully,
I can't see.
it's a bit hard to find where that is. But the gap between Danos and Saints, though, hasn't grown. It's actually gotten smaller as Saints has closed the gap.
Wants to get a good run on him out of this corner here. This corner here, he can get a run down this section here.
Danos went really wide there.
He wasn't close enough.
Epic Game gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane there, so they've got to be careful about that.
That's not going to be good.
No, because the leaders are in, so Epic.
Oh, here come this batch of guys too. Danos and AB are all pitting now.
Yes, they are into the pit lane. It's going to be a race for them. Little Black, he's in 5th spot currently. He's going to move his way up the order. There's Epic in 3rd. Spots and Hawks now leads it.
Hawks now really going to stretch out that medium tyre, I think, now. And see if he can, go for instead of the undercut, the overcut in some way.
It's probably his best opportunity to get an overtake done here, especially with this truck being the nature that it is. It's not, like you said, it's not an easy one to pass on.
Most definitely not, and I think that the little battle between Epic and Little Black might work in Hawks' favour here. But he's got to keep it clean. He's got to keep it clean.
Yeah, Epic's coming up onto Angry now. And I don't think Angry has gone in yet. So you can see Epic's making easy meal of him. Gets around before the chicane and is in front. So he didn't lose too much time there behind Angry. But Little Black's still stuck behind him. And they're teammates. This is Little Black. You can see he's still got a little bit of way to go before he catches the back of Angry. So he might lose some time here on that battle between him and Epic.
Bots is now pitting from 2nd place. He was on the super soft, it seems, or on the soft tyre, I would assume. Actually, these are 2018 red cars, so yes, that would be the super soft tyre that he's now switching to.
Yeah, that's weird that...
Well, switching from, should I say.
I find it weird that the game developers decided to do that, but...
Yeah, that was a little bit... I guess, it sort of feels like they had it planned and they just didn't do it last year. Does that give you that kind of feeling?
Sort of. I mean, they got all the F1 cars done, so... I don't know, it's actually something I've never heard them talk about. But we've got F2 at least, which is bringing us this right now, which has been a fairly clean first race. I was expecting, honestly, a lot more dive bombs. Nothing this sort of clean, if I'm fair. Because I really didn't know what to expect.
I do agree with you, and I think that the guys have. It's a hard track too to really race tight with someone that you don't know. If you have faith in the guy that you're racing with, then this track is not bad at all. But if you don't, you have to err to caution, or else swing damages will happen. But so far, no DNFs, which is good.
That is good. And we're just watching a battle unfold between Lukey and Air Marshal. As Lukey's just within the DRS range, Air Marshal taking liberal use of track limits up to 4. And they get through there nice and cleanly. Lukey had to go in with some wing damage early on too, so he might be able to fight his way back, but he was up into 4th there for a little bit. And there was an unforced error on his behalf as well, which also saw him lose his position. But he's pressurising Marshall. Just needs to keep his cool here, and he should be able to get him. Marshall looks to be really quick out of some of these corners though, compared to what Lukey can do. but that's one that's unfolding. You can see Lukey is only 4/10 away. As we come around to the end of this lap number 9 to start 10, he should get the DRS down this straight here, so this is going to be an interesting one to watch. He's nice and tight to the back end of that car there of Marshall's. And they go for the final corner now, turning right, DRS zone, just ahead of Lukey here. Here we go, across the start-finish line, Marshall's up on the inside. Lukey's gone wide. He's going to try to go the long way around, I think. As we get to the 150 marker, you can see them hit the brakes hard. Glowing red. Is he going to get him up the inside before we get to the exit? Lukey looks like he's in front. He is.
Nice move, nice move.
Really professional move there from Lukey. And that's 10th spot. He'll be... I think his main aim now would be try to get to 8th if he can. Because that'll give him pole for the next race.
Definitely, he'd be high on his target now. He has to stretch those tyres a little bit, you know, as well. Out of the guys that have pitted and gone on the mediums, he's on the sort of, looks like to me to be the older tyre. I'm not convinced yet that, Angry 2, he's on 8, but Hawks is on 9. I think they haven't pitted yet. Definitely Hawks hasn't pitted.
No, Hawks has definitely pushed his run a little bit long.
Yeah, so Hawks and Angry yet to stop. Mike stopped twice. Obviously damage early on.
Yeah, it's only Angry, like you said, Angry and Hawks yet to take a pit stop.
Yeah, so Lukey and Banana actually have the oldest sort of tyres by the end of this race. You know, being that they're already on full lap old tyres. So Lukey's going to have to really push it to get that 8th spot.
Now, Little Black hasn't given up on his chase on Epic. That's only 5/10. And thank you, Joe, for the like. Big Daughtry's liked the stream as well. Thank you very much. Good to see Joe's watching it. I know Joe. So, hello, Joe. Now, Little Black, 5/10. He's going to have the slipstream soon. Or not slipstream, I've been thinking about GT Sport too much because I did that this morning. He's going to have the DRS. My bad, but that gap's opened up a little bit. Epic seems to be a little bit quicker through Sector 2 here.
He is better in Sector 2, Epic, but Little Black always seems to catch him in this Sector 3, this corner and the second last.
Let's have a look and analyse this as this happens. Let's go on board with Little. He's not going to be within it, I don't think.
Yeah, he's just held him. Epic's held him off. That could be vital. And I know that the F2s, they don't have the ERS like the F1s have, but they're still capable of juggling that fuel mix. And Hungary's a track where you don't really want to run a heavy load of fuel. You want to run as little as possible. And so they could be playing around a little bit with their fuel mixes, knowing when to hit it, knowing not when to.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's no, like I said, no ERS, but the fuel definitely available to tweak. And the rest of the field, let's have a look. Lukey, he's on the back end of Denos. So Lukey's back down he's up into 10th. Those tyres might be getting a little bit old here. Because I saw him sort of struggling with rear end grip coming out of that final bend. And he's going to be close to have DRS here, I think. It's going to help him a little bit. Watts gets a 3-second time penalty there. Well, Denos a little bit wide. Lukey's got the move. Denos struggled a little bit on the exit. It was too much curb. And then the traction difference between the curb and the road, I think, slipped up the car a little bit, changed the balance. And Lukey's got 9th position. He's 1 away from reverse grid pole here.
6.5 seconds to chase. Can he do it? Little Black now in DRS zone, coming around the last corner.
Let's have a look. Little Black. Yes, he's a lot closer this time, isn't he? Epic goes up to the inside. He's trying to break the slipstream, but DRS is going to be really helpful. We're getting a bit of netcode here, but anyway, it's going to jump ahead. Does Epic keep the lead? He does at the moment. There's a yellow in Sector 2, but we're going to keep with this one. Little Black just can't get around Epic. Epic's making that F2 car really wide. I do apologise about the netcode there. Don't know what's happening.
The yellow flag, that was Air Marshal. He'd lost it down there, I think just around turn 2, it looked like. or turn 3, should I say.
Now let's have a look at the tyre life. Hawks is 11 laps old on his mediums. So's Angry. They get to pit. So they're probably going to have to come in relatively soon. The gap between Hawks and Epic has dropped. It was about 12 seconds. It's now going to be under 11 before.
Yeah, he's got to pit sooner than later now, because it's going to be a good 20 seconds that he's going to lose in the pits. So can he now, in 7 laps, 6 laps on the softer tyre, gain that much time? And I think he'd be hard pressed.
He's going by. He's not pitting. Hawks is pushing it. Pedro Marzan likes the video. Thank you very much, Pedro. Thank you to everyone that is watching tonight. If you are new, either on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, don't forget you can like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, you can check out all the other eSports racing we have here on the channel at Demo 1. Tomorrow night, we do have the F1. So if you're a bit of a Formula 1 fan, make sure you're here for that. It'll be 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Epic still has the lead, though, on Little Black. Little Black just can't seem to get the pace to get the track position he wants to get around. He's trying to get around the outside here. A little bit of netcode there. They sort of ghosted together, but I think Epic's got it. He does. And this race rages on.
And that's vital for Hawks here in this situation. He needs. I can't help but feel that Little Black is faster than Epic, and if he gets away, he's going to bolt.
Saints has gotten around Angry, so I think Angry's in the pits. He is. New wing as well for Angry. He's lost BP, unfortunately. So back to that battle between Little Black and Epic. The gap has widened a little bit. Now almost up to a second. 7/10, 9/10 is hanging around. And
Hawks is pitting.
Hawks is in. Alright, it's going to be interesting to see where Hawks comes out, but he's going to lose a lot of time. He's not going to keep the lead, not for long. As Epic rounds the final bend, he's going to come past the pit lane and he's going to regain that first position. You can see him there in the pit lane. There it is.
He's being hunted again. He's being hunted again by Little Black here.
He is. Little Black's chucked it round to the outside again. Once again, trying to get the switch over here on the turn in. Doesn't have the pace out of the corner. This is really close. This is going to continue on, I think, for the next 4 or 5 laps. This is going to be, and they're going to be right next to each other on the reverse grid as well.
Hawks had a really long pit stop. He's come out behind Bots and Kiwi.
Yeah, he had to get a new wing.
That's hurt him. That's hurt him a lot.
I saw the pit crew putting on a new wing quicker than what Mercedes did, but they put it on. But both Angry and Hawks are out on the super soft tyre at the moment. I remember 2018 reg F2 cars, if you're not sure. That's why I'm saying super soft. I kind of miss those compound numbering, so lettering and colours for F1. I kind of liked all the different ones: ultras, hypers, supers, soft. I don't know. That was just me though.
I liked it. People thought it was complicated, but it was actually, you had 7 compounds. This is what they used. Now it's actually complicated because everyone's trying to look. Oh, don't give me what medium it is. I want to know what C5, C4, C3.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Daniel's got a move on Banana Hammock. Here we go. Black's going to try it again. He's going to try that same manoeuvre. He might need to change it up. He just can't seem to get the exit traction he needs to get that run on Epic. Oh, he's going to duck it down the inside. Oh, this could be super close. Look at this. They're wheel to wheel at the moment. Epic's just edging him out. And again, Epic gets the advantage.
It's so hard to overtake around here at Hungary. If you can't get him down that main straight, the rest of the track, it's almost impossible. You're waiting for the driver in front of you to really make a mistake of some kind.
Yeah, and they pitted on exactly the same time, so their tyre life is identical at the moment.
Hawks now going to. I think Hawks is lining up bots here for a move.
Let's have a look. Yes, Hawks isn't too far away. Let's have a look at this one. Hawks was leading the race, but was trying to get like an overcut situation happening. It didn't really work for him because he had front wing damage. That might be why he went long. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I would have, I know he was sort of forced to go. He's picked this strategy and he has to stick to it. So yeah, maybe.
Well, look at that. Hawks.
Oh yeah.
He's just been given the spot, I think.
Well, I wonder if bots just knew that it was inevitable. There was no point trying to fight. Hawks on the softer tyre. Though he has good buffer to BP. So
Lukey's up to 7th. I just noticed that.
So there you go. He's now on the front row technically, and 11 seconds behind BP. I think that's pretty much where he will finish this race.
Yeah, so Lukey not happy with 8th, taking 7th away from AB Saints. And reverse grid will mean 8th will start first. And Lukey, if he finishes here, 2nd, BP 3rd, and so on. The other guys, they start where they finish.
Oh, there's two great battles here. We've got Little Black within half a second and Bots within 0.7 of their respective guys.
Yeah, Bots chasing down Hawks here, get him in the crosshairs. But Bots, having given that position to Hawks, I don't know if he's got much of a chance, but Hawks is catching up to Kiwi. Look at this, he's not too far off the back of him, and he's got some fresher rubber too. And he's got a few laps in hand to make a move work here, so he doesn't need to rush it. Look at this, Kiwi looks like he's struggling for grip there. Back end of Kiwi didn't look like it was planted that effectively. Look at the exit that Hawks gets here. Coming into the right-hander, he's had to succeed that one. He's given that weapon back to Kiwi.
He was being very cautious there, Hawks.
Yeah, no, he knows he's got the quicker tyre. He knows he's got the quicker car at the moment. There's no real need to rush this move. It's not the last lap yet, but we're coming up to that as we start the penultimate lap. Here we go, DRS for him. He's going to try around the outside here at turn 1. Definitely possible. He's already done it before the braking zone, and that's 3rd for Hawks. Can Kiwi reply?
Kiwi's fight.
Look at that. He's fired it down the inside, but Hawks, look at that. Look at the traction he's got out of there, the acceleration. All the advantage in the world to Hawks there. Kiwi did a fantastic job, though, to fight that one off.
Interesting that, Bots, casually goes, okay, you take this, but Kiwi refuses to let go.
No, he's well within his rights to do that. But,
most definitely.
Yeah, it just didn't pay off. You can just see how much more efficient those super softs are with grip here at the track. It was all the difference in that situation. Little Black, though, he's running out of time.
He's definitely in the faster car. I feel that he is quicker than Epic, not by much, and that's probably the reason why he can't really get past him, because I feel that you got to be over a second quicker on this track to really be effectively able to pass a car.
Denoz is up side by side with Banana Hammock. Banana Hammock getting harassed in that lap. Losing a few spots is a bit of a touch. But Denoz recovers and he loses a spot as Angry flies past on the super soft. And I think he got away with that one there. That was a little bit rough. Here comes Angry, though. Angry's going to come off Banana around the outside. He uses all of the available track and more. That one should stick, though. Just contentious, but I think it should stick. Angry on the super soft as well. And that's 10th spot.
Lukey on BP.
Here we go. BP getting harassed as well. Lukey wants another spot. I didn't think he'd catch him. I think BP disconnected a little while ago.
I think he did. He's ghosted. Yeah, he's disconnected. That's just BP's AI, which is a shame. BP was having some internet troubles anyway tonight, so might not have got that completely sorted. But the race for the lead is as close as it can get.
Oh, a little bit wide there for Little Black, but he's running out of time. He's got one more lap after this, and that is it for this first race here of the evening. There's not long left, so there could be a desperate move, but it's going to be his last chance. Can Epic hold him off? The gap's only 6 tenths, 2 tenths. Changes all the time. Here we go. Let's have a look. Epic's gone defensive. Oh, he's just slotted in to the inside. Can't decide who's in front, who's not. A little bit of ghosting happening, I think, because of net code, but Little Black, again, still comes out behind Epic. That could be race over there for Little Black's chances, unless he can pressurize this leader. Epic into an epic mistake, but, you know, if he hasn't made one 19 laps in, he's probably not going to make it now.
Epic proving to be a real tough nut to crack.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely a puzzle that Little Black has not quite figured out. There's a battle for position just happening just in front, so they're coming up onto some traffic now.
I think that was Danos and Banana Hammock.
So this could, if they've got the blue flags, I wonder if, so first race for these guys, do they?
Oh, bots and for Kiwi, touch at the chicane. They've blocked the road, it looks like.
Oh, they did, look at that, we're getting them recovering.
They're recovering, but that's definitely, Crazy's got some big damage on the rear, and they both got some damage here.
Look at that, last lap shenanigans. And we've got...
He's conceded that position, he's just,
Little Black and Epic, that were nice and tight. It's just in front for, I think Little's got it on, would have been penalties maybe. They're giving that one to Little Black.
I think it's that 5-second penalty for the speeding in pit lane.
Yeah, so Little Black has gotten it for a clean pit entry. Hawks will come take third. We will take the elusive fourth position. Looks like Kiwi might take it. But some drama there on the final lap. Almost undoing a lot of hard work there for some of them. And there goes Kiwi around. Sees the checkered flag for race one. Bots gets fifth as well. Lukey all the way up to sixth. So he will be third in race number 2 on the reverse grid race. Second row for him. Nicholas Longay, followed on Twitch. Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much for the follow. You're just in time for race 2 here of the FNL1 eSports F2 Championship race. Round 1 here at Hungary. Here's AB Saints to come across, take 7th. BP disconnected, he takes 8th.
He'll be happy with that. Disconnected, takes pole for the next race.
Yeah, not too much to complain about there at all. Well, these guys, they don't get swapped around at all. So Mike will start 9th next race. He finishes 9th. Angry did a decent job of recovering, getting 10th. Banana in 11th there. Denos in 12th. And Marshall's already gone by in 13th.
I think that was me.
Let's just listen in to the boys.
Little Black there with the fastest lap. He gets 2 points for that as well. And the race win. So he's really catching up early.
Oh, yeah. Might as well.
Yeah, fucking. I know I had no shot of fucking defeating it against Hawks.
Here's your race 1 grid podium. That's Little Black.
Yeah.
Hey, Cougar! Mate, Dad went up behind me.
Ooh.
I tried to dive back down the inside of Hawks 2 and 1, but...
Is there even bread?
I don't mess around, man.
There's nothing left to go on it.
Now we've got race 2 to go as well. Sprint race here, no need to pit. So if you can stay out of the wars and not need a new front wing, you'll have a huge advantage.
Oh, the front, Jesus. Warm.
But like you said, Little Black with the best lap, 1:31.798.
I think I would have been within. I think we would have been in 5 seconds of the Hawks if we didn't have our low
really couldn't do it there on the spider. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Nah.
There's your feature race results. few penalties, not too many though.
Nah, that's
A few
my
truck limit penalties.
I need a fat.
Prince of Underground says, what a last lap. It was a last lap. It was very exciting. I think this one might have the same in store for us too. Prince?
So who impressed you other than obviously Little Black there, but who were the other guys there that impressed you in that race there?
Lukey stood out. I know he had a mistake, which he sort of caused himself, but I think maybe nerves played into that a little bit. So I think he'll be one to watch as well, Lukey.
He did have a good recovery drive, though. Definitely a good recovery drive.
Great recovery drive, and it was his passes were on point. They were textbook passes, nice and clean. He didn't rush anything. He didn't make any silly dives. So he's definitely one of the new ones that stood out for me.
Yeah, I must say I agree totally. There was a couple there that I thought, well, I've been told the rumours on the paddock, Banana Hammock being one of them. The boys rate as a pretty quick driver, and he didn't really perform in that first race.
Well, I think the race is this just a formation lap? Yes, it is.
Yep.
I don't think BP's made it because he's still sitting in the pit lane. So, unfortunately for BP, he doesn't get to start race 2.
Well, that's a shame.
So it's going to be...
Or maybe will he start from pit lane? Let's hope so.
Well, hopefully he can get back in. So he's just joined, so he could be... He might make it. Cross your fingers, the Codemaster connection gods let him join. Because we want a really good sprint race here. 14 laps to finish tonight's event. Race number 2 here at Hungary for the FNL1 F2 series. And we've had a pretty decent opener. Bit of action here and there, bit of argy-bargy. A few overtakes, lots of good ones. And some rising talent as well. That could eventually see themselves racing in the F1 series if they're good enough. Which is one of the plans of this F2 feeder series. Now, Zen, do we have any room left in the F2 series for anyone?
Yeah, we do. We've got 2 seats actually officially available, but you never know. The feeder series is supposed to be more general, so there will be guys coming and going. But officially, as it stands, we don't have all the drivers present here tonight. But as it stands, we've got 18 cars on the official grid with 2 seats available. Yeah.
So there you go. If you want to get involved, if you think you're quick enough, or you just want to have a race with these guys and think you've got the skills, join on the FNL1 Discord. There should be a link on their Facebook page, so check that out at FNL1 eSports. Did BP make it? I don't know if he did.
Doesn't look like it.
Here we go. Waiting for it. It's full red. 5. And it's underway. They were held for a little bit, not too long though. And Saints gets everyone up and rolling. Lukey up into second. He's down into third. As we run towards turn 1. Epic's already up into first.
Blinder of a start. He really got off the line early there. I even thought he jumped to start.
A bit of contact there with some of them. I think Saints and Little Black had some contact as they were trying to go 3 wide. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Just can't see. Epic might be involved. Epic's already back down into 11th.
Yeah, Epic got pushed out wide, really wide, and I think he might have... Did he spin? I'm not sure.
Well, he's recovered fairly quickly because he's back up and running, and you can see Lukey now leads this group of field. Bot's leading it. Bot's just trying to stay off the back wing, and Mike's up into third, and AB Saints isn't too far off. Hawks is there, so's Little Black. It's getting pretty crowded.
Mike really want to impress now because he didn't have a good start, didn't have a good race in that first race, so he's really out to prove something, I think, Mike. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, Saints just doing a good job there of collecting his car as he almost lost it out of the chicane. Kiwi's now up behind Little Black, pressurising the rookie, trying to force his way through. And he's forcing Little to defend. That could be a move for Kiwi, and it is. That's a position up. Kiwi made that one look easy on a very tight bit of track there. Little Black, though, is getting swamped as Hawks gets around him. You can see they were too wide. I think Angry's now up beside Little Black, and he is. Angry down up at the inside.
Surely there must be damage on Little Black's car. He's really getting swamped by the field here.
Yeah, he's absolutely getting chomped. They're going to 3 wide down the main straight. Look at this. As they come back into 2, Little Black up behind Angry. He's going to go down the inside. Tries to turn in. He's got a teammate. There's another car up on his inside. It's Epic and Angry. And Little Black. Little Black loses out completely as he comes down into 9th position. But it's Angry and Epic here. They're fighting hard. So Epic got beaten there by Angry out of the turn 2.
Interestingly, Air Marshal and Banana have gone with the Super Soft. Can they make that tyre last for 14 laps?
Well, that's a good point. Let's have a look at the tyres. Yes, those 2 have gone for the softer compound. Everyone else on the medium. That's a brave call by those guys. Very brave. Here we go. We got a little battle happening.
Mikey got past Bots there while we were talking. We both missed that, but he's now sort of... Well, Bots is going to have a return at him, and he will get him here, I think. No,
as that happened, Hawks gets it up the inside of Kiwi. So Kiwi moves to 6th. Hawks moves to 5th before we get to the hairpin. And that was an easy one done. His next target is Saints, and you can see Bots and Mike. The battle continues.
no DRS yet, but
So-
Bots is right up the gearbox of Mike, right up the gearbox, and he will have a run here. He will have a run.
Oh, you got a really good exit. A really good exit. Mike's being swamped here from Bots. Bots with the inside line. You'd think he'd come out on top here. Oh, they touch.
Oh, they touch a little bit.
Bots did a... Oh, who was that?
Oh, AB Saints, he's reacted to that and he's lost it. No one sort of touched him. He just reacted. He thought that Bots was going to lose it, and he's lifted off throttle and he spun the car around.
Oh, he's gonna be wearing damage for that too. That was unfortunate for Saints. He was doing so well at the front, but Lukey, my driver, one of my drivers to watch out for, he's out in the lead of this one. He's doing a good job. So is Mikey. Mikey doing a really good job as well in second.
Yeah, he definitely needed that. He didn't have a good race one, and he's really turning it on here.
Bots!
Was that Bots?
Bots got it all shaken up. I think he's hit the curve. The car's sort of changed balance on him, and he's tried to correct it, and the car's sort of fishtailed on him. And Bots has just collected it before it got too bad and into the wall.
That's the nature of these F2 cars. You touch a bit of the curbing here, and it's really going to unsettle the car. The little grip that they do have, it's all gone.
Yeah, there's something happening with Little Black. Little Black, I think it's just the net code's making that look strange on screen, but he's in 12th, apparently. But Lukey out in front, and he's cleared the DRS distance as well, so he's got a huge advantage here over Mike.
He's got a buffer on him. He's definitely got a buffer, but Hawks is now going to attack Mike, not on this lap, but he's right up Mike.
He did, he showed him a bit of nose. Bots isn't too far behind Hawks either.
Yep, definitely keeping Hawks honest. And Kiwi in striking range as well there on Bots.
Yeah, so third place is going to be a hotly contested position very shortly. Bots get himself a 3-second penalty there. That could change things up as we get to the end of this one. There's not a lot of laps in the sprint race, so these penalties could compound the difference. It definitely happened in race 1. That's how Little Black got the lead, because we saw Epic speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, just trying to work out what happened to Little Black here. I can't see. He hasn't pitted. He doesn't have any damage, but he's technically he's at the back of the field now.
Yeah, Little Black, he had something happen. Remember early on he was getting swamped and we thought might have had some car damage, because he just hasn't seemed to be able to recover from that. But it's this battle here for third, even second at the moment, which is keeping us on our toes. as Mike is doing a fantastic job here of holding off some of the more veteran F1 drivers, which we'll be seeing race tomorrow night. Can Mike do anything here as Hawks is going to go up the inside with the DRS move? You see the rear wing shut, and that's second spot for Hawks, and that's done and dusted. Hawks will be happy with that one, nice and clean.
Nice and clean. I think Mike sort of left himself out a little bit wide. He was going for a switchback, but he just couldn't get the car rotated enough to really have a drive on the inside of Hawks coming out of turn 1.
No, that's right. And Little Black has actually just done the fastest lap of the race, interestingly. It's resetting back up into 6th. I think he's lagging. That's why he was so far down.
Right. Yeah, because I noticed that there was cars behind him, but they were showing him in 12th.
Yes, it was kind of hard to follow. I was getting confused myself.
He's desyncing just a little.
I think Kiwi missed the chicane there, so Little Black actually got the move on. We saw him go wide. And thank you for liking the stream there. Sorry, I didn't even get to read who it was, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it, as we are about a third of the way through this one. Sprint race number 2. I don't think anyone's actually had to go into the pits for damages yet.
Air Marshal has pitted. I don't know if that was for damage or to get off that soft tyre. And Hawks has a moment coming out for the last turn. Lost a bit of drive there on Lukey, but he's still in range.
Look at this. Lukey leading this field. Hawks switches left, switches right. Almost went too wide there, and Mike might show him the nose.
Very tight pack here, and Little Black isn't too far off them, you know that?
No, he's not. Little Black isn't too far. Oh, I thought Hawks coming in a little bit acute there on the apex, and almost got collected by Lukey as he made his own apex. Different racing lines coming together. So Hawks has done good to avoid that one. And he's now really under the pump is Luke. Oh, Bots and Mike. So there's a battle for third and a battle for first all happening.
Valuable points on the line. None of them want to relinquish it.
Just saw Hawks do a similar thing out of the chicane once again, losing the car. He's just collected it again. That could have been game over for Hawks if he didn't catch that. Mike goes wide.
Mike wide, yeah. Can Bots? No. He's going to be a little bit. He's going to put caution to the wind there to stay safe.
Yeah, that was
a Little move. Black is now all over the back of this pack, and it has become a clear 5-way battle now.
Oh, look at this! This is really heating up. Look at this, Little Black trying to go the long way.
Trying to tuck it in and get a good drive out of here now. DRS on. Everyone is open on DRS except Lukey out there. But Lukey's pulled out a little bit of a gap there on Hawks. He will be safe.
Oh, that is Bots. Bots attempts it up the inside. He's got it on Mike. Mike still got the lead.
Using good car control to hold it there. He's on the AstroTurf.
Oh, Jesus. This is tight stuff. This is great racing, though, between the two of them. Right on the limit. And that is still Mike's position in third. He did a great job of defending that. Did everything and anything he could. And now it's Mike's chance. He's now all over the back of Hawks. I think Hawks might be being held up a little bit by Lukey. Look at this. 4 cars now, all fighting for podiums.
Hawks, the veteran, really just grinding Lukey down. That's what he's doing here. He's just grinding Lukey down, forcing him to try and make a silly mistake. And full credit to Lukey, he's keeping his nose clean. He is driving within himself. He is driving a little bit slower than what Hawks can ultimately do. But Hawks can't get past him as long as Lukey doesn't make a mistake.
No, use the track to your advantage here, and he's doing that.
And I wonder if he's saving his fuel. Let's see how he gets exit out of this corner.
Let's have a look. This is where it's all going to be telling. Hawks
got a good exit. Hawks got a wiggle.
Yeah, Hawks has a habit of doing that. Mike, I think, got a good exit, but Bot's got a really good exit. He's going to make a move on Mike up into third.
Mike shuts the door.
Oh, shut the door at the last minute.
Oh, but he got a wiggle.
He did. He got it all wrong on the apex, and that's Bots for third, so Bots can start making a move now and push forward. So we got two F1 drivers now trying to overtake a rookie F2 first timer here. Lukey, who's leading this race, and he's doing a really good job of controlling it. Like you said, he's just driving within his limits. But Hawks just grinding away. He's still got time, Hawksy, and he'll know that.
Absolutely brilliant stuff, though. Something's got to give, though. We've still got 6 laps to go. Something has to give here. Surely this cannot go to the checkered flag like this.
No, someone's going to just miss their braking zone. They're going to miss the apex. Something, forget.
He goes. Hawks on the inside.
Hawks might get it. Look at that. Oh,
And Bots follows. Oh.
It's 3 wide, 2 wide, 3 wide. Bots, Lukey's holding him. He's got the inside line. It's going to be the outside line again. He might even go for the first position. Bots, is he going to squeeze it? Oh, he does, and Lukey's not giving up. Look at that. That's different leader now for lap 8. Hawks, Bots, and Lukey. He's going to have DRS though, and he's there for the taking. Oh, Bots shuts the door. Lukey dives in. He's hit the apex. Hawks is going to go the long way around. He might push him wide. He doesn't. Hawks, great traction on the exit. And Lukey's back up in the second now, fighting for first again.
That was almost Ricardo-esque laid on the brakes there by Lukey. He almost got 2 positions, and he will regain the lead. 3.
Bots is being pressurised by Mikey. Mikey's taken third. So Bots
Insane stuff. Insane.
Bots is now back down to 4th. And he was up there in 2nd after getting 2 cars in 1. And Lukey's back up in the lead of this race. Far out.
Crazy.
This is great. This is fantastic. This is what we like to see. This is only round 1, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is only round 1.
Lukey now, he's pulled out a bit of a buffer there on Hawks, and Bots is going to make a move on Mikey. Will get this to stick down into the 3rd last corner.
He's got it done. And Mike's giving him that spot. That was Bots to take, and here comes Epic. Epic with the recovery drive of this race, because he was well down the field early on.
He was well down. So now Little Black must have dropped off. We don't know if he's actually officially in 12th. Because he has been sort of desyncing a bit.
Yeah,
but I'm following now. Crazy, angry.
Kiwi's joining the scene. It's not going to be too long before it's 6 cars.
Well, I'm looking from Little Black's point of view. He is behind Epic and not far behind Epic, so there must be a gap there. Yeah, and Kiwi is behind Little Black.
Mike is it's turning. The heat is being turned up as Epic has now turned up, and he's going to attempt an epic overtake on Mike here. Mike's he's been swamped before, and he's crumbled under the pressure a little bit, but he had a long stint there holding off Bots, but it all came crashing down for him a few laps ago. He's just got to do his thing here, just look forward, because Epic and Kiwi now, Epic's there.
It's a tight pack, isn't it? Really, it's up to 7th place. They're all within some kind of striking range here.
Yeah, there's only 4 laps to go here, so things could get desperate very soon as they go for those last points that are on offer. The more points, the better. Hawks, though, still got 2nd. Let's see his run out of here. He struggled with the exit before. Luke is looking strong.
Lukey gets a very good drive, but Hawks has gone a little bit wide and carried the speed. He's going to get him this time.
Yep, he did a good job of that. Let's have a look. Inside line already. I don't think Lukey's going to be able to defend this one. And it's over. And Bots the switchback. Oh, he's touched him. Luckily, I don't think there was much damage there.
Super move by Lukey. Time to switch back. He had Bots on the inside there. He could have ended in a disaster. Bots probably saw it coming, so he's sort of lifted from the apex, but Lukey has made that switchback stick unreal.
Jan William, welcome. Sorry, I didn't see Jan Bowman. I didn't see your chat there before, Jan. Sorry. There was just so much happening on screen. I couldn't take my eyes off it. And this is going to run to the end here. This is going to be insane.
Everyone is under pressure. Every single one of these drivers is now under huge pressure from the guy in front and behind him.
Yes, and I think Kiwi ends that train of cars just. So there's almost 7 cars here fighting for it. Little Black tries to put it up the inside of Mike. So he's Little Black, he says he's just in front of Epic here.
Yeah, I think he is. He is just in front of Epic. And to be honest, I think Little Black is all over the back of Mike.
There's an overtake. This is Bots on Hawks. Hawks just gives him enough room to make the corner, and I think Little Black might make a move as well. He's got Mike in the crosshairs.
Bots is going to do it on Hawks.
Oh no!
Oh, and he's touched the leader. He's touched the leader.
Lukey's recovered. What has happened? Epic's up into 4th. Lukey still get 3rd. Little Black takes 2nd. And Hawks is running away with it here in 1st. But Bots is falling down the field. He's down into 7th. And Lukey now has to fight off Epic. Epic, who would have felt his win from last race would have got taken away from him.
Oh, Epic's got another 3-second penalty. He's cut the chicane there, it looks like.
Oh, that's going to
Not a
hurt him.
chicane, turn 4, sorry. He cut the apex on turn 4.
Well, he's going to lose a few spots because they're all so close at the moment.
Well, this is played totally into the hands of Little Black here. He's all over the back of Hawks now, and he can actually, trifecta this. Such a shame for Lukey.
Oh.
Such a shame.
Lukey was doing so good. Bots is he's just moved up into 6th. He's just gotten past Kiwi. There's an incident, and he's just been spun around as Bots as he got caught up in Kiwi's wheels, and I think they actually just touched the back end of Mike, but Mike just got away with that. Bots is recovering.
Yeah, Bots definitely got damaged, broken outside front wing.
And that's going to end Bots' race here today because there's not much he can do with only a lap to go.
Little Black making a move on Hawks, and I think he's going to make it stick on the inside. Oh, but the sinking.
Oh, yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah, he's ghosted, and that's
Rubber banding going on.
it's going to give Hawks the run. You see.
And I think Little Black. It's so hard to tell with that desync. Lukey, though, watching it all happen unfold in front. He's still got 3rd. But it's such a shame that he got spun around there. It was just one of those things that happens in racing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, Bots was probably to blame for that. He came in really, really late, and outbraked himself. And it wasn't by much. And I don't think it was at all intentional. But, he's just caught Lukey there on the rear. Just the slightest of touches, but it was enough to spin Lukey around.
So, Hawks, from the start of this race, he's up 5 spots right now. Finishes 1st. Little Black up 6.
Bots was probably to blame for that. He came in really, really late, and outbraked himself. And it wasn't by much. And I don't think Lukey holding that gap now, 1.5, 1.6. He's not letting these guys go. That was Lukey there on the rear. But he's not going to get into that DRS. That Little Black really now is going to put her on the inside of Hawk. Surely he'll make this stick now.
Here we go.
Oh, the switchback. It's so effective, isn't it?
Oh, we've seen it numerous times here tonight.
Super effective. But he's opened himself on the inside here, Hawks.
And Little Black back in front.
Black takes the opportunity, not a problem. Oh, look at this on the turn 3.
That was nice and tight. That was so tight. Hawks, millimetres away from an incident, has taken back the lead on a corner you would not expect it.
No way. Little Black had to yield that. You can't go into turn 4 too wide. I don't even know how they made it through turn 3.
Oh, contact there.
Oh! He's gone on high on the apex.
And that's going to give Lukey the spot. Lukey's up in the second. Little Black now fighting for that last podium spot as Epic is closing him down. And if he's carrying damage, he's going to close him down relatively quickly. It doesn't look like Little Black. Looks like he's recovered. Oars is like the stream. Be like Oars and like the stream too. Thank you very much, Oars.
Yeah, thanks, Oars.
Lukey.
We needed him in pit lane. We needed him in pit lane to do a Ted Kravitz, but he was busy.
He got fired from the Sky team.
He was covering the FW series.
Yeah, the W series. Anyway, that's the last lap. Checkered flag. Hawks will take the win. Lukey. Oh, and it changes because Little Black didn't have any penalties. So Little Black got the win again.
Boys. Holy shit.
Lukey, Hawks, Epic,
Wow.
Kiwi, and
Oh
Mike.
my God. How many penalties did these guys get?
That's amazing. Little Black.
I got
That's
fucking
back-to-back
booted
wins.
at the start.
Back-to-back win. What can you do, dude? He kept his nose clean in the sense of not cutting any
Some rubber
corners,
banding
not
going.
How the hell did Little
breaking
Black
any
win by
rules.
59 seconds?
Wow,
That's
that's really impressive.
Yeah,
but
it
look,
does,
no,
it does.
let's not take anything away from Lukey's drive. That was really impressive there. He held off some of the biggest hitters in the F1
got
league,
Little Black first.
and he held them off for numerous laps.
Oh, yeah.
What the?
My driver of the day for sure.
Shocking.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Little Black was
I mean,
down
Little
and
Black
on my screen the whole
was
time when he
impressive, but we
near
all
me.
knew that Little
Yeah.
Black came.
Racing him,
Let's just say
and
that
then
he's
I
not
just hit him.
really a rookie.
No, I was racing
We know.
him.
We know
Like,
Little Black's
three,
got.
two or three
He's
laps.
quick.
And then I hit him because I was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
Solid now.
he actually
Because I did that
secured
It's already on chat.
Nice and clean. Sorry for
he
holding
secured the Alpha drive in the F1, so
I got annoyed at myself when I got past you. I'll let
he
you back
bots his
again.
teammate in the F1 league, and we're racing tomorrow.
What
I hope.
happened there, boss? I was on your outside.
Adam Vanderlyn, thank you.
I had half my car on your left.
And just here's your podium for race 2. And it's Little Black again. He takes it out with all the penalties. But Lukey in second, and a fantastic drive from him. Salvatore Pugsley, thank you for like. Hope you enjoyed that one. Tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. GMT Eastern GMT plus 10. We've got the F1.
I understand 59 seconds down. He was just in front of me.
Yeah. That's what I was seeing on my screen too.
Well, that was absolutely
They were doing
superb
it on the
sprint race,
screen,
I must
He
say.
wouldn't have
That
been 59 seconds up on the fucking screen.
was top-notch quality.
Oh, it was great.
Great watch
And
Got first.
I'm heading off.
there we can see the
Had some
penalties.
good races.
And Saints comes in with the
I
final.
think that's a good start for the F2 series.
That really doesn't sort of... He's won by 59 seconds. Lukey hasn't had any penalties. I really don't understand how that's worked.
Yeah,
What is that?
that is weird.
You're gonna be like that for
But there we go.
Always hated
48 points for Little Black.
I
Epic
don't think
is
I've ever
second
hated
at the
the track
moment.
more in my
Hawks. Lukey's in fourth with 20.
That might be one for Ming to check out on the stewards there. I think, I'm not convinced that Little Black actually won that race. But
The game seemed to
Jumped over
think
the
so for
commentary,
whatever
they're
reason.
pretty
Don't know why, but it did. But that's what happens, I guess, sometimes.
yeah, especially when you play Codemaster.
Yeah.
She's admitting that the lag was causing issues.
Well, that was a fantastic race. Well, thanks for joining me for that one, Zen. It's always good to have someone alongside it. Gives me
My pleasure.
gives me a bit of break, Kendall May's like the stream. Thank you, Kendall May. Come back tomorrow night. We've got the F1 to start as well. You'll be racing in that.
Yep, I will be in the Mercedes. We got Hawks. He's taken a bit of a lead out on me after that DNF for Germany. So me and Yayo will be definitely out to prove something this tomorrow night.
Nice. And are you currently first on the drivers? Or is it?
No, Hawks is. Hawks has got. I think he's got about a 15-point lead on me now after I DNF'd.
Oh, damn, that's right.
Yeah, I did. I had a Bottas moment. Would you believe it? Unicorns are real.
That's right. That was last week. It just all of a sudden you were off to the side, and you were
Yep.
gone.
Yeah, just try to stay out a little bit too long on those hard tyres, and yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, me and Yayo have promised that we will deliver tomorrow night.
Awesome. Sammy the King. Hello, welcome from Twitch. Sorry you've just missed everything, as the race has just all finished up. So we had the 2 races. Little Black might not have won the second one. We're going to get that one checked out for you. So keep an eye on the FNL1 Facebook as well. They'll have the updated finish results there. But if you come back 9:30, exactly pretty much the same time tomorrow night, we'll have the F1. So I hope to see you all then. Semi the King. Hopefully you can enjoy the VOD on Twitch later on, or you can check it on YouTube and Facebook. But thanks again, Zen, for coming, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, my friend, and all the best for tomorrow as well.
Can't wait. Well, thanks again to everyone that has watched, liked, and subscribed. Don't forget, if you want to see more of this stuff, esports racing, check us out. Demo 1 Garage. Again, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. And thank you for all the likes, shares, and any of the new subscribers as well. Love to have you along. And tomorrow night, 9:30, exactly this same time tomorrow, there will be the F1. So we've got the qualifying, Q1, Q2, Q3, and then we go into a half race distance at Hungary. So it might be the summer break for F1, but it's no summer break here for the FNL1 eSports series and me at Demo 1. But until then, good night, and I'll see you in the next video.
I'm just going to jump into the